Fifth, the middle, the middle level of the middle grade. Those who attain birth on the middle level of the middle grade are the sentient beings who observe for at least a day and night the eight abstinences, the precepts for a novice, or the complete precepts of a monk or a nun, and do not violate any of the rules of conduct. They transfer the merit acquired to the land of utmost bliss, aspiring to be born there. When such an aspirant, perfumed by the virtue of observing the precepts, is about to die, he sees Amitayus coming towards him with his attendants, radiating a golden light and carrying a seven-jeweled lotus flower. He hears a voice in the sky above praising him, saying, "Man of good deeds, since you are virtuous and have followed the teachings of the Buddhas of the three periods, I have come to welcome you." The aspirant finds himself seated upon the lotus flower. The flower having closed, the aspirant is born on a jeweled pond of the western land of utmost bliss. After 7 days the lotus bud unfolds, and then he opens his eyes. With joined palms he pays homage to the world-honored one, rejoices at hearing the Dharma, and reaches the stage of a stream winner. After half a kalpa, he becomes an arhat. Such a person is called one who attains birth on the middle level of the middle grade. Sixth, the lowest level of the middle grade. Those who attain birth on the lowest level of the middle grade are good men and women who are dutiful to and care for their parents and do benevolent deeds for others. When such a person is about to die, he may meet a good teacher who fully explains to him the bliss of the land of Amitayus and the 48 great vows of the Bhiksu Dharmakara. Having heard this, he dies, and in the short time it takes a strong man to bend and straighten his arm, he attains birth in the western land of utmost bliss. 7 days after his birth there, he meets Avalokitesvara and Mahastama Prapta, rejoices at hearing the Dharma from them, and so reaches the stage of a stream winner. After one smaller kalpa, he becomes an arhat. Such a person is called one who attains birth on the lowest level of the middle grade. These three together are known as the contemplation of the middle grade of aspirants and the 15th contemplation. To practice in this way is called the correct contemplation, and to practice otherwise is incorrect. Seventh, the highest level of the lowest grade. The Buddha said to Ananda and Vaidehi, "Those who attain birth on the highest level of the lowest grade are the sentient beings who commit various evil acts, but do not slander the Mahayana sutras of greater scope. When a foolish person such as this, who has committed much evil but feels no remorse, is about to die, he may meet a good teacher, who praises the titles of the 12 divisions of the Mahayana scriptures. By hearing these sutra titles, he is released from the burden of evil karma, which he has accumulated during 1,000 kalpas. Furthermore, this wise teacher advises him to join his palms and call homage to Amitayus Buddha. Namo Omitofu. Calling the name of the Buddha extinguishes the evil karma that the dying person has committed during 50 kotis of kalpas of samsara. The Buddha then sends his transformed body and those of Avalokitesvara and Mahastama Prapta to the aspirant. They praise him, saying, "Well done, man of good deeds. By calling the name of the Buddha, your evil karma has been extinguished, and so we have come to welcome you." When these words are uttered, the aspirant sees a flood of light from that transformed Buddha fill his room. Having seen this, he rejoices and dies, seated on a jeweled lotus flower. He follows the transformed Buddha and is born on a jeweled pond. In 7 weeks the lotus bud opens, and Avalokitesvara, the bodhisattva of great compassion, and Mahastama Prapta appear before him, releasing great floods of light, and explain to him the extremely profound teachings of the 12 divisions of the scriptures. Having heard this, the aspirant accepts them in faith, and awakens aspiration for the highest enlightenment. After 10 smaller kalpas, he acquires clear understanding of the 100 dharmas and enters the first stage of bodhisattvahood. Such a person is called one who attains birth on the highest level of the lowest grade. Thus he is born by hearing the name of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, that is, the three treasures. Eighth, the middle level of the lowest grade. The Buddha said to Ananda and Vaidehi, those who attain birth on the middle level of the lowest grade are the sentient beings who violate the five precepts, the eight precepts, or the complete precepts of a monk or a nun. A foolish person such as this steals from the Sangha or takes the personal belongings of monks, or preaches the Dharma with impure motives but feels no remorse. Thus he defiles himself by evil karma, and because of this, he will fall into hell. When he is about to die and the flames of hell suddenly close in on him, he may meet a good teacher who compassionately explains to him the 10 supernal powers of Amitabha, fully describing the majestic power of the light of that Buddha, his virtues in the observance of the precepts, meditation, wisdom, emancipation, and knowledge of emancipation. When he has heard this, the evil karma which he has committed during 80 kotis of kalpas of samsara are extinguished. Thus, the first flames of hell turn into cool and refreshing breezes, wafting heavenly flowers. On each flower is a transformed Buddha accompanied by bodhisattvas welcoming him. In an instant, he attains birth within a lotus bud on a seven-jeweled pond. After 6 kalpas, the lotus bud opens, and then Avalokitesvara and Mahastama Prapta comfort him with with their noble voices and teach him profound Mahayana sutras. Upon hearing these, he immediately awakens aspiration for the highest enlightenment. Such a person is called one who attains birth on the middle level of the lowest grade.